Ovid, one of the issues going on at the federal level right now is this arms treaty at the UN. And, you know, everyone's predicting that that's probably going to go through, and it's just in what it's going to end up being is gun control. How do we protect ourselves in New Hampshire, other than Jerry going and shooting everyone? How do we protect?
I'm joining it too.
How do we protect ourselves from them coming and taking our guns?
Yeah, well, first of all, in our system of government, we are a system of dual sovereignty. We're not subordinates or subsidiaries of the federal government. We are actually independent states who've agreed through the adoption or ratification of the U.S. Constitution to delegate a certain amount of power to Washington, but only a limited amount of power. And the Constitution is supposed to be a limiting document, not a living document, and we need to start pushing back on the federal government on a lot of fronts: education, healthcare, business regulations. And if it comes down to asserting our sovereignty with respect to the right to carry and bear arms, so be it, we'll do that. I've taken the fight to Washington before. I guarantee you, Mike, I will take the fight to Washington. I have a lot of issue like this. Yeah. And I just remind you, those of you who weren't in the state, those of you who weren't in New Hampshire in the mid-90s, I was chairman of the State Board of Education. And under my leadership, our state was the only state in the country whose state board said, we don't want Goals 2000 money. We don't want the federal government doing more with our schools. We want to get more control over our schools. And I was criticized for that. But people are starting to see what the negative and corrosive effect is of federal dollars which come with strings. We need block granting. We need to demand that. And we've got governors now around the country who are starting to make a lot of noise about that, and rightfully so. We have not had that kind of leadership in Concord. New Hampshire should have been the first state to sue the federal government under Obamacare, and we were not even part of the action. We sat back, sat aside. That is not the live free or die state, and it won't be the live free or die state under my leadership. We won't be acting like that. It will be the live free or die state, and we'll assert ourselves and our rights when it comes to these fundamental issues.
GrokTV.